Bandau santa santana charana dukha pradau bhayo bichuk jubarana bichurito eko prana horilei milato eko daruna dukha dei. From Tulsidasa. I bow down to both the wicked and holy. For me, they are both equally torturers. The wicked begins to torture me as soon as they come in contact with me. The good, alas, take my life away when they leave me. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. This morning our subject is Stories of Vedanta Monks, Part 9. Today I shall talk to you about Swami Bhuteshananda, who was the 12th president of the Ramakrishna Order. He was a great monk. He came here in 1988. Sometimes it is extremely important for us to know the way of life of these great monks, their daily routine, their spiritual practices, their struggle, their achievement. They inspire us because they are role models. The Swami was born in 1901 at Somshar village in Bankura district, where Holy Mother was born in the same district. His father was a big government officer. His mother did not have any, the parents did not have any child. So they have a village temple, Shiva temple. Name of the temple was Somshar. So the mother prayed to the Lord Shiva to give her a son. And the Swami was born from that prayer. His name was Bijoy. And from his childhood, he had a monastic tendency. He wants to be a monk. Anyhow, he went to a school, they have a village school, up to 4th grade. So he finished his 4th grade, and every year he stood first. So he did not need any tuition fee. He got a scholarship. Then he moved to Calcutta. His mother had his home in Calcutta, so he stayed his mother's family and went to school, Vidyasagar School, Shambazar, 5th grade. He was a very brilliant student, always stood first, and he had fantastic memory. At the age of 9, he was invested with sacred thread, we call it Upanayana, and he used to go bank of the Ganges, very close to their place, and there he used to meditate. Then he found some of his friends who would go to a Shiva temple nearby, and he joined with them. And that young group was managed by Gyan Maharaj, who was a disciple of Swami Vivekananda. So this young boy used to go to the Shiva temple, sometimes stayed with them, and they had a library. He read Ramakrishna Vivekananda literature. And his parents are trying utmost to put his mind more in study. And no, He wants to meditate. Then he finished his school. During that period, he raised a drama which was written by Girish Chandra Ghosh. The name of the drama was Purna Chandra. I translated the part of that drama in Girish Ghosh's book. Purna Chandra was a prince, and he had monastic tendencies. He went to his guru Goraknath and took initiation from him. Now the guru wanted to test his disciple. Go, bake food. So he went to bake food. He went to a very rich home. It was a palace, you may say. There was a princess named Sundara. That princess was very learned, a lot of wealth, and she had a vow. The person who can defeat her by debate, she only married to that person. Anyhow, so the Swami, seeing this young monk came begging food, she fell in love with him. So she said that I like to be with you. Why don't you come and just stay with me? Well, no, I live with my guru. But I want to go to your guru. So she came and asked Goraknath, I have come to beg something from you. What do you want? I want your disciple to be my husband. The guru said, take him. The other disciples was very much upset. They asked the guru, what kind of guru you are? You don't understand me, you will see. Purna Chandra went. Then he stopped eating. I do not want to marry, I do not want money, I do not want name, fame, I want to be a monk. So seeing that this boy may die, so Sundara, the princess, brought Purna Chandra to the guru back. Please take your guru disciple, I only want to serve him. Anyhow, that was the story. Then Purna Chandra Goraknath said to his disciple, did you see? My disciple passed the test. This beautiful young woman, plenty of wealth, could not tempt him. So, that is a very beautiful drama. And that drama inspired him. I want to be a monk. You see, Girish Chandra Ghosh depicted Ramakrishna's renunciation and purity through this drama. He took Sri Ramakrishna's ideas and made a drama. So anyhow, gradually he came in contact with the disciples of Sri Ramakrishna. He associated with 10 monastic disciples of Sri Ramakrishna. Very, very rare you will find. And he met Holy Mother. It was 26 December 1918, Holy Mother's birthday. So Gyan Maharaj took these young followers to bow down to Holy Mother. Well, I went to bow down. Her face was covered with a veil. I just bowed down. I did not see her face at all. She blessed us. But that was my first visit and last visit during her lifetime. Then when Holy Mother passed away in 1920, well, I joined the funeral procession. Her body was taken from Calcutta to Baranagar, crossed the Ganges, and then came to Belur Math, and there her body was cremated. But I vividly remember, she told me this story, I vividly remember that I went barefooted, it was very hot, and we walked 3-4 miles barefooted. Then Holy Mother's body was cremated. At that time there was rain all around the other side of the Ganges, but this side of the Belur Math is the west side of the Ganges. Calcutta is the east side. So no rain. As soon as her body was cremated, cremation was over, rain came. He vividly remembered. And he told me another story. Some devotees tried to pick up some of the mother's relics, bones and ashes. Swami Sharadananda cautioned them with a very deep, strong voice. Those who will take these relics and do not perform worship every day, there will be disaster in that family. Everybody dropped. You see, her body is not an ordinary body. It is Shroti's body, the Divine Mother's body. So anyhow, that's the story he told me. His father died in 1916, mother died in 1919. In 1919 he passed the entrance examination, then left for Hardwar and Rishikesh, the Himalayas. I want to be a monk. There he met Swami Kalyanananda and Nishyananda, two monastic disciples of Swami Vivekananda, who started Ramakrishna Mission Hospital in Hardwar, Konkhal. Those who are sick monks, poor people, die on the street. They used to pick up those people and treat them. Anyhow, then he came again to Belur Math and wanted to be a monk. Swami Shivananda said, no, we cannot make you a monk. You finish your college. Again he went to the college, Sanskrit college. He took honors in philosophy and he was made a brilliant result. Graduated, again came to the monastery. I want to be a monk. So they allowed him to join in 1923. His sannyas was in 1928. He got a job, Thakur Bhandar, the store of the temple of Sri Ramakrishna. You will have to cut fruits, make sandal paste, pick flowers, arrangements for the puja. That was his first job. And Swami Shivananda said to him, remember, that is not a picture. Sri Ramakrishna is living. Be careful. Then he told about Swami Turiyananda, who impressed him most. He said, you really want to practice sadhana, spiritual disciplines? I caution you. There is a monastic ego, spiritual ego. I am more spiritual than you. That is a big, big obstacle. Always be humble. A spiritual ego pushes people from God. And when you sit for meditation, put a sign. No admission. Means, I am going to meditate on God, no worldly thought should come me. No entry for egoism, self-will, despondency, meanness, narrowness, cowardice. Then Turiyananda told him, don't think through self-effort one can realize God. One can realize God by God's grace. Self-effort is essential, no doubt. But that is, don't think I'm meditated 14 hours a day or I repeated 100,000 japam and I shall see God. You cannot. God is not a market commodity that you will go to the market, in exchange of this you will get something. Don't think that way. Sometimes I give that illustration. When you cut a cloth, what do? You take a scissors and you cut. 2 blades are necessary to cut the cloth. Self-effort, divine grace. Both are necessary. Then he told about Swami Turiyananda. I saw him. He always sat straight. His back never bent. straight. Well, I never sat reclining on the wall. Well, he was the embodiment of the Gita and the strength and power. Then he talked about Swami Shivananda. But he had no ego. He, showing Sri Ramakrishna's picture, he said, he is the master, I am his ego. I am his dog. And do you see, I have a pet dog, Kelo. I am the master, Kelo is my dog. Whenever any problem comes, he was so unperturbed. Don't worry, it is Sri Ramakrishna's order. He will take care of it. We must lead the life. That's my most important thing. In the spiritual life, in religious life, I tell you frankly, it does not depend upon the following, large following and this and that. It depends upon a few people. Those who want to live in religion, dream in religion, practice in religion, religion will be there like their breath. That is the way one can transform. That is the way transformation comes. Only few people you will find in this world who are real seekers of God and wants to lead spiritual life intensely. Not too many people. He told one day that I was very sick. We do not have money to buy good diet or to call a doctor. Swami Shivananda used to get some money from the devotees who would come to bow down to him. And with that money, he arranged my treatment and food. This Swami has another tendency, Vidya Charcha. Swami Vivekananda wrote in Belur Math rule book, there should be a study of the scriptures in this order. Otherwise, religion will enter into Charanamrita and Prasad. Vaishnav their Baba Abdi their Thakur body. No brain, only emotion. Swamiji did not want that. Good understanding, it is very, very important. So there was a Pundit and some learned monks are there. Swami started, read Upanishad, Mimamsa, Vedanta, Gita, Panchadoshi, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. He used to say, we did not have electricity. I think Belur Math electricity came in 1934. Kerosene lantern, no running water. We used to carry water from the Ganges with the buckets and fill the tub, big drums. That is the way we survived. When I was reading these things, we are born and brought up in village. I remember in school life, we did not have any electricity. In college, when I came to Calcutta, at that time we saw electricity. Just kerosene lantern. And during Second World War, we had terrible problem. Even kerosene was not available. I remember ready tel, one kind of thick oil in an oil lamp, and here is a wick. That is the way we used to prepare our class at night time. No, and once per a week we used to get one small bottle of kerosene oil that you need the headmaster's recommendation. Sometimes when I read these things, I was thinking that is the way I was brought up. Kerosene lantern. Swami says in the visitors' room, we used to sleep just one after another under one mosquito curtain. No privacy. Then after the Brahmacharya, he wanted to go to Uttarkashi. He went to Swami Sharadananda, and I said, I want to study the scriptures. Well, if you write to Swami Shivananda, he is the abbot, the head. So he wrote Shivananda, Shivananda wrote to him, look, our goal is not to be a grammarian, Bakar and Chotchodi. They talk only about grammar, If you make any mistake, hey, you made a mistake. They fight. these grammarians and pundits, and they will quote you the scriptures. But that is not our goal. If you want to study scriptures, study in the monastery. We have a good pundit, you study from them. The Swami said, I was not upset at all. I think this great Swami, that is the way we accept. What God does is good for us. Well, he destroys my desire to become a learned scholar. He was a great scholar, one of the greatest scholars of the Ramakrishna order. But no ego. You see, in monastic life, do you know what is one of the big problems? Very subtle. Desire for name and fame. I want to be a great, famous person. That is a great, great obstacle. But Mahapurush Maharaj destroyed my desire. There is a beautiful verse in Chris Jewel of Discrimination of Shankara, Viveka Chudamani. Lokanuvartanam taktva taktva dehanuvartmanam shastranuvartmanam taktva swadhyasapanayanam kuru. Shankara says, Lokanuvartanam taktva. Do not seek name and fame. Lokanu. Taktva dehanuvartanam. Don't be body conscious. Some people think only about body, body, body. Good food, good look, good day and night thinking about body. Give up. Shun the body idea. Third, shastranuvartmanam taktva. Give up this desire to become that I am a learned scholar, I know Shastra. Swadhyaya sapanayanam kuru, hypnotize yourself that you are the Atman. That is a beautiful verse of Shankara. Our goal, Swami Vivekananda mentioned in Belur Math rule book, when we take our monastic vows, this is the goal we repeat. Atmanu mukshartham jagodhitaya cha. I am going to embrace this monastic life for my own liberation and for doing good to humanity. Two things must be there. Only my own liberation, that do you know what they mean? You are selfish. You are a selfish person. Your own liberation and doing good to humanity. These twin ideals Swami Vivekananda set in front of us. Then again, he did some relief work in between. Then again, he went and asked that I want to go to Uttarkashi for tapasya. I want to prove that with this body one can realize God or not. I want to experiment by myself. Then he went to Swami Shivananda, who was then the abbot, president of the order. Oh, you want to go for tapasya? Very good. I shall arrange for you. You see, in tapasya, two things are very, very important. Some food, regular food. And if you be sick, and somebody will, so that you might get help, go to Banaras. We have the monastery, two monasteries are there, one monastery and one hospital. You will get regular food, you practice your sadhana, and if you be sick, hospital will take care of you. So he went there, then he went to Uttarkashi also. There he stayed 2 years, from 1928 to 30. Then from 30 to 1932 he was in Dhaka. Then in 1932 he went to Mysore study circle. You see, the Maharaja of Mysore was very devoted to Ramakrishna order. He wanted the Ramakrishna monks must be learned. They must carry Hinduism to the whole world. So Maharaja arranged all great scholars to train Ramakrishna monks, which is very, very important. Mysore study circle. So the Swami went there because we wanted some good monks there to to show the Maharaja that we have some great monks. So he and some other people went there, and he had 2 years training. There he used to teach and learn both. Adhyayan, Adhyapana. He would study and teach. There he stayed 2 years. Then again he went in 1930-32. Then again in 34 he went to Uttarkashi. Somebody offered money, build a cottage here. So he wrote to Swami Shivananda. Shivananda wrote him back, no, you will be attached to that cottage. Stay some cottages and cave. You know, sometimes monks also get caught. Attachment comes. Do you know what? I built that cottage. It is my cottage. That attachment will come. So, well, don't get involved. He said, how the senior Swamis, disciples of Ramakrishna, protected us. Mahapurush Maharaj wrote to him, Paragrihe sukhi sarpabhat. A snake does not make any house. Stay like a snake in hole, and then stay there. Don't build your own house. He gave a routine that at 2-3 o'clock he would get up and meditate. Then in the morning he read Kathamrita and Gita and Sangit Sangra. 7 o'clock he used to take his bath in the Ganges. Then at 10:30 he used to go to bake food. Then again meditation. So he brought some books from Kailasma to study more scriptures. Then he said, no. Do you know another problem in monastic life? Don't remain in an intellectual plane all the time. You will be caught. Transcend the intellectual plane. Go to the spiritual plane. Try to stay there longer period. That means deep meditation and japam and samadhi. I'm just telling you that the obstacles of spiritual life, even in monastic life. He told his own experience. Do you know what? One day I wanted to do experiment. Where is my mind? Where does the mind go? When you sit for meditation, check yourself. Where does it go? The person or the thing you love, your mind, you will go to that place. Straight it will go to that place. You just sit down and close your eyes and check where does the mind go. You don't need any teacher. You know yourself. Where does the mind go? But I experimented. The moment I closed my eyes and sat down, I saw my mind went straight to Sri Ramakrishna. That is the test. That is called real spiritual life. You know, I was so impressed, I cannot tell you. Then somebody asked him, Maharaj, could you tell us what kind of mood you have? He said, I had an intoxicated mood. In Bengali, in Sanskrit, it is called bhava. Bhava means spiritual mood, divine mood. Well, I was all the time in a very high mood. No body idea, body consciousness. You know, Sri Ramakrishna talked about it, Gulapi Nesha. Do you know what Gulapi Nesha is? Roseate intoxication. Let me give an example, you will understand. Here is a person who wants to drink alcohol. You know, here is a big bottle of whiskey. Seeing the bottle, he is so happy. I am going to drink it. But you are not yet opened the bottle. The moment you open the cork, whoosh, it comes out. The moment you get the fragrance, you are so happy. But you have not drunk it yet. Just smelling and this and the and touching the bottle, you are happy. That is called roseate intoxication. Golapi nesha. But when you are drink, then there is a difference, then you are absorbed. So he said, I had that kind of intoxication. Then in 1936, he came and started to work. From 1936 to 1945, he was in Shillong. He built the temple, and at that time he did a tremendous relief work. You remember, after the Second World War, a lot of refugees came from Burma to India. Many Indians settled in Burma. They began to move. They came through land route through Manipur. He did a lot of relief work there. In 1945 to 1966, he was in Rajkot, in Gujarat, and built that beautiful place. And I met him in 1960. "21 years he worked there. And the Swami was brilliant in language. He knew English, Sanskrit, Bengali, Hindi, Gujarati, Khashi. He knew many, many languages. Not only that, in 1963, the Swamiji's complete works was translated into Gujarati. He was one of the editors. He engaged a group of people to translate the Gospel of Ramakrishna into Gujarati. He was the editor. I remember I got permission for him from grandson of M, so that this book can be translated into Gujarati language. In 1965, he became a trustee of the Ramakrishna Order, and in 1966, he became an assistant secretary. I still remember, when I was coming to this country, he was an assistant secretary. He gave me a farewell, anyhow. I shall give another lecture on him about my reminiscences. Maybe in the next lecture, I shall about these monks. Another assistant secretary scolded a monk, brahmachari. And Swami was there in the same room. When that brahmachari said, "Maharaj, I made a mistake, please forgive me." Saying so, that brahmachari left. Sometimes we do not argue. We just present our case, and if he doesn't, "Please forgive me," leave. So when he left, Swami Bhuteshananda told Swami Chidatmananda, another assistant secretary, the fault is very negligible, but the amount of scolding you gave, it is too much. It is disproportionate. In our language, there is a saying, "Moshamarte kamandaga." Here is a mosquito, you want to kill a mosquito, and you threw an atom bomb on it. It does not need an atom bomb to kill a mosquito. So this person's mistake is so little, but the volume of scolding and, you did it, it is too much. Then, Maharaj, I am sorry. So he called that brahmachari again and said, Swami Bhuteshananda ji said that I scolded you too much, please don't mind. They had their own humor, He used to give, when he was an assistant secretary, he used to give classes to the brahmacharis and the devotees. He loved to give classes. In 1975, he became the vice president, and he was an inspiration to the monks and the devotees. Every Sunday, he used to give classes. And those classes are taped. I used to send all these cassette tapes from America. And then they used to transcribe it and make books. They produced 7 volumes, Kathamrita Prasango, commentary on the Gospel of Ramakrishna, Mundaka Upanishad, Katha Upanishad, Bhakti Sutra, Bhagavatam. Many books came from his talk. That person's memory is so wonderful, I cannot tell you. And his thoughts are so arranged. It does not go that way. And tremendous command about in language. I used to tease him that without holding a pen, you are a writer, and you do not prepare any moment on any subject you can lecture. And we prepare and prepare and prepare. I used to tease him. He was an ideal monk. And he had many, many disciples, 125,000 disciples. Very humble. No man, he did not like to teach himself. Full of love, forbearance, very punctual, very independent. If you see him, do you know what will you feel? You will feel the signs of Sthita Prajna of the Gita. Dukkheshu anudvigna manaha, sukheshu vigata spriya, vitaraga bhaya krodha, stadadir muniruchate. Dukkheshu anudvigna, dukkha, have misery, cannot perturb him. Sukheshu vigata spriya, the happiness also cannot overwhelm him. Vitaraga bhaya krodha, he is free from attachment, fear, anger. Sthitadir muniruchate, that person is a man of sage wisdom. He is an illumined soul. Those are in this last part of the 2nd chapter of the Gita, you will find the signs of an illumined soul. All the signs we used to see in him. And he was very, very humorous. He used to tell all his, one of the monks wrote a book on him, all his humors. Many of things are connected with me, I shall tell you the other day. A few humors I shall tell him. But when he was in Uttarkashi, a monk came and said, please give me the dal, chana dal, thick, from the bottom. Top portion is liquid, So he ate it. After 2 days, he says, I do not want the bottom portion, I want the top portion, only water, because my stomach is not good. But once I was coming from the chhatra, and with my chapati, one monkey came and grabbed my chapati. So both we are pulling each other. Well, what happened? Well, he took away some, I took others. You see, in the Himalayan region, in Uttarkashi, Rishikesh, there are some chhatra. Some rich people provide food for the monks. Free food. You will get some chapati, some dal, or some cabbage curry. I begged once or twice, I remember. And that's all. Some places you will get 2 meals, and some places only 1 meal. No cooking, no shopping. He was just telling one story. One of his disciples came and fell at his feet and was crying and crying and crying. The Swami was thinking perhaps he had some spiritual experience, or perhaps he is crying for God's realization. He has yearning, longing for God, he is crying. Then Swami was asking, please tell me what happened. You are my guru. I cannot evict my tenant. Please give a boon so that I can evict my tenant. Swami was laughing. He was full of fun. Once, Swami Balaram Babu's daughter, Krishnamoyi, Thakur, she saw Sri Ramakrishna. He had a dream that she is arranged a feast for Swami Brahmananda, and and Sharadananda and other Swamis. What happened? Swami Brahmananda was informed, oh, of course we shall go and have that, join that feast. So he went there and they cooked various good dishes and he ate. When Swami was leaving their home, Swami told Krishnamurti's daughter, you know, ask your mother to have this dream quite often. Then somebody said, Maharaj, we hear that you have now diabetes. You cannot have any sweet anymore. That is true. Not only I cannot have sweet, I cannot use even sweet words. That may increase my diabetes. Maharaj was so funny. So, how the monks, they have an inter-exchange. Swami Akhandananda came from Shargachi, it is a village ashrama. Asked Swami Shivananda, Maharaj, I need an assistant. I cannot work alone. I need a monastic worker. Oh, you need a monastic worker? Take this boy, Swami Bhuteshananda. He is very good, very obedient. Oh, I shall be very happy to have him. But there is a little problem. He is a Calcutta boy. At night time, he eats luchi and some fancy curry. Well, poor village ashrama, where shall I get luchi? Puri, fancy luchi. Where shall you get this food? Well, what can I do? This boy, he comes from Calcutta, and he has that habit right now. Not only that, he has another thing that he loves to study scripture. You'll have to engage a pundit for him. Oh, where shall I get a pundit? Somehow I manage my ashrama, village, begging. Then Akhandananda left the place. Swami Shivananda was telling him, did you see how I made him angry? How the monks, interpersonal relationships, so wonderful. He told some Bernard Shaw's stories. Well, one woman, she was a librarian, she wrote a letter to George Bernard Shaw that we want to have your complete works for our library, but we shall not pay. George Bernard Shaw wrote them back, well, those who cannot afford to buy my books, my books should not be in that library. And that woman took that letter and put it in a website, or at that time, no website, in the publicity. And many people, gave money. And then he bought the complete works of Bernard Shaw. Bernard Shaw, if somebody gets a letter from the president, and he will show everybody, look. Then he mentioned another, one famous French actress, Ellen Terry. She proposed to marry Bernard Shaw. I said, I'd like to marry you. Why? Because you have so much intellect and I have beauty. So if we have child, so he will get your intellect and my beauty. Then Bernard Shaw said, if it becomes reverse, what will happen? My ugliness and your stupidity, if these two things join together, what will happen? Maharaj was so funny. Time to time he used to tell all these stories. At the age of 90, he had bypass surgery. He has angina pain. So in Bombay Beach Candy Hospital. So the doctor came, Swami, how are you? He says, I am fine. Do you know my problem? When doctor comes, if I say I cannot see well, oh, you should go to an eye doctor. Then if I say I cannot hear right, then he says, oh, you need a hearing aid. Then if I say my tooth aches, well, go to a dentist. And I said I have angina pain and all this chest pain, oh, you need bypass surgery. And you are asking me how I am. He told me another funny story to me. Well, one day, I asked Maharaj, how are you? Oh, you want to know me? How I am? Vedanta Rai was a very famous doctor. All over India, not only that, all over the world. B.C. Rai. So he used to tell his patients, if you are sick, you must call a doctor, because doctor will have to survive. They need money. And if the doctor prescribes any medication, you must buy it, because the pharmaceutical companies will have to survive. And please don't take the medicine, because you will have to survive. He used to tell all funny stories. Then his cardiologist came and said, Swami, how are you? I don't need any doctor, I need a vet doctor. What do you mean? Ask my attendants, they will tell you how I am. When you have a dog and cat, you go to a vet doctor, what does he say? You will describe that how your cats and dogs are doing. So similarly, what I am doing, my attendants will tell you. I don't need a regular doctor, I need a vet doctor. He was full of fun. Pilgrimage. He traveled various places in India, Badrinath, Amarnath, Pashupatinath. He went with me in 1977. He visited Japan 11 times. He had many Japanese disciples. It is because of him we have this sector now in Japan. He visited Australia, Bangladesh. He came to the United States in 1988. Pilgrimage. He was telling some other monks going to pilgrimage, did you have any experience? When you see that ice cave in Amarnath. So everybody was talking about, Maharaj, we don't have any experience. But if Swami Bhuteshananda had experience, Lord Shiva came to him and gave him the boon, Ichamritu, that whenever you wish, you can die. That boon Swamiji got from Lord Amarnath. So all these people got experience and you did not get any experience? No. But I have experience. Well, what experience you have, Maharaj? Heart attack. That is my experience. My heart was attacked. He was. As I told you, he is an author of many books, Upanishad and Ramakrishna Vivekananda literature and many other books and scriptures. He was very kind to the devotees, very loving. Then one devotee said, Maharaj, we love you. He says, if you love me, you will suffer. But if you love Sri Ramakrishna, you will not suffer. I gave the name of Ramakrishna to him. He is your Ishta. Love him. Guru is not eternal. What are the signs of God realization? I shall read to you. Sometimes people do not have very clear concept. Oh, do you have God realization? God realization. Sometimes people say, oh, my Kundalini has awakened. What God realization is? This leads us to the next question. What does God realization mean? It means that God will be real to us, to the degree to which divine qualities will be manifested in ourselves. That is, as we realize God, we become godlike. The more we proceed towards Him, the more we imbibe that ideal in our minds. And when we have fully achieved that state of perfect purity, we lose our individuality, our limitations, and become one with Him. Complete realization means complete identification with the Godhead, or elimination of the idea of separateness from God. This is God realization in the Advaitic sense. But there are various other systems in which the experience of God is understood differently. There are dualists who do not believe in the complete identity of the individual jiva with God. But there is unanimity among all schools regarding the fact that the more we proceed towards God realization, the more we shall be godlike. God realization means an intuitive experience of the ultimate ground of all existence, in which the seer and the seen become one. God realization does not merely mean seeing the vision of various divine forms or having some higher feelings which may be described by different people in different ways. Complete absorption of individual self in the Absolute, that is what Sri Ramakrishna meant by God realization. As it has been beautifully described in the Upanishads, just as pure water falling into a vast sheet of pure water becomes one with it, so also becomes the self of a contemplative man who has realized God. That is to say, in that stage, the individual ceases to be an individual anymore. He is not lost. Rather, he reaches the highest fulfillment of his spiritual progress. He becomes the Absolute himself. This experience of unity is the real meaning of God realization. However, there are various other forms of spiritual realization, and Sri Ramakrishna has accepted all of them. Moreover, as we advance along the path, our concept of the divinity also advances. As we evolve spiritually, our concept of the ultimate goal of spiritual life also evolves side by side. Without our own growth in spiritual life, God is an ideal, cannot be correctly understood, that we cannot realize that ideal in its fullness. The more we proceed toward the ideal, the clearer becomes our understanding of the word God. You know, some people might have a little vision. You may see the light, or you may feel some kind of awakening, or you may feel tremendous joy in the heart. Those are all manifestation of sattva, guna. But when really spiritual realization comes, Upanishad tells us, vidyate hridaya granthi, kshiddante sarva samshayaha, shiyante chaisya karmani, tasmin drishti parapare. Hridaya granthi. Granthi means knot. Knot of the heart will be cut asunder. What is that knot? Ignorance. That ignorance disappears. All doubts will go away. All actions will cease to function when we have that experience. Sometimes some people, I have a little vision of God. Sri Ramakrishna says, that is nothing. If you concentrate here, you can see the light within 5 minutes. Or to have a little vision or a little dream, people are excited. I have experience. Those things are very, very negligible things. True God realization, you will be godlike. As Sri Ramakrishna said, that person becomes very soft because his ego dies. As Sri Ramakrishna says, if you boil the vegetables becomes very soft, mushy. We make mashed potato because it is completely, our strength is gone. So this person's mind, his system becomes very soft, very tender, very subtle. You know, we have seen some people, their rudeness, roughness, politics, all this calculation, boom, gone from his mind. Complete dependence on God. He talked about also what is called self-surrender. Surrender is that state when you give up all confidence in ourselves and completely depend on Him and give ourselves up to Him. Not even a little vanity should then remain within us. If we can renounce all our vanity and pride and humbly submit ourselves to Him, then our finite mind can feel His grace and become one with Him infinity, with His infinity. As the Upanishad says, if a drop of pure water falls into reservoir of pure water, is that drop lost? No, it is not. It becomes one with the large expanse of water. Even so, the knower of the Atman becomes one with the infinite. The limited and the unlimited selves are nothing but the same essence, in essence. As Sri Ramakrishna says, pillows may be of different shapes, but the material inside is the same, cotton. Who is the person about whom we speak of as one suffering from disease and death, joys and sorrows? He too is the same Lord and none else. The Gita says, there is no being, moving or unmoving, which can exist without me. Again it is said in the Bhagavata, O Lord, as you are without limitation, there is no inside or outside for you. Swami then told a story from the Bhagavatam. You see, Brahma wanted to test whether Krishna is a real avatar or not, Vishnu. So he took away all the cows and the cowherd boys and put them into a cave and put them into sleep. Then Krishna found, Hare, where are the cows? Where are my friends? They disappeared. Immediately closed his eyes, he understood that Brahma is doing the mischief. Immediately created all those cows and all the cowherd boys. And he started to play. The play continued for a whole year. Then Brahma was thinking, what is the matter? I took away all of them and still they are playing, and what is going on? Then Brahma understood that Krishna is Lord Vishnu himself. He came and apologized and returned all of his shepherds, all of his cowboys and cows. He was talking about, you see, when you take Purna Sharanagati, complete self-surrender, as Krishna says, Yogakshemam Bhaimam, those who take refuge in me, Ananyas Chintanto Yojana Purjupasate, Tesham Nittavijuktanam Yogakshemam Bhaimam, those who one-pointed mind, those who completely surrender themselves to me, I carry. I carry whatever they need, food, clothing, everything. It is God's promise to human beings. Surrender. Then God will take care of you. In Swami's life we found really full of 100% surrender to God. Do you know at that time what happens? You become an instrument in the hand of God. God will play through you. You are just an instrument. So, this is a very beautiful book. We carry this book, Thoughts on Spiritual Life by Swami Bhuteshananda. Very in simple language he explained what is God realization, what is self-surrender, what is ego, what to do. Very small way he, in his conversation, he wrote it very clear, authentic. Anyhow, sometimes he used to ask people, do not practice too many advice. Some people give me advice. Don't take too many advice. Just practice a few. I shall not do any harm to anybody. First. Second, I shall speak the truth. Third, I shall keep my words. Fourth, I shall have self-control. Fifth, contentment. Just practice a few disciplines, then your life will be deeply spiritual and golden. Thank you. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kasyid dukkha bhag bhavet, durjana sajjana bhuyat, sajjana shanti mapnuyat, shanto muccita bandhibhyu, muktasyannan vimochayat. May all be happy, may all be free from disease, may all realize what is good, may none be subject to misery. May the wicked become virtuous, may the virtuous attain tranquility, may the tranquil be free from bonds, and may the freed make others free. Om Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace be unto all.